Hi, I'm Allie, and I'm living chronic faith. Thanks for stopping by. I might be dating myself just a little here, but I remember when the movie Ghostbusters was so extremely popular. And you didn't have to be a fan of the movie or even have watched the movie to have almost all the lyrics to the song memorized. If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you going to call? And of course, the answer was Ghostbusters. There were so many different places that you heard that phrase. You heard it when they were talking about a sports team. If they were down a number of points, who are you going to call? And of course, it was the star athlete. Even plumbers got in on it in their commercials. If you've got a clogged drain, who are you going to call? That plumber, right? It was literally about who do you turn to when you're in trouble? So whether you watch the movie or not, I want to ask you today, if there's something strange in your neighborhood, the neighborhood of your life, the neighborhood of your heart, if there's something going on that's just a little off, or there's something major happening in your world that's kind of turning it upside down, who are you going to call? The Word of God says, I call on the Lord in my distress, and He answers me. I can't tell you how many times I have been dealing with a problem, going over and over it in my head, wanting to talk it out with someone, and every phone number that I dial, I get no response. I text people that I love, that I know love me, but they have lives. And sometimes in the moment of my distress, or when there's something going on in my neighborhood, they're not always available. Not because they don't want to be, but because life is happening for them too. We sometimes go to every other resource first before we lean into our relationship with God. So I want to remind you from the words of the psalmist that when there's something happening in your world, in your confusion, in your frustration, in your grief, in your distress, we can call upon the Lord any time of day. And we know that not only is He available to us, not only does He hear us, but when we call on the Lord in our distress, He answers us. I love you. I'm praying for you, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great one. Living Chronic Faith is a faith-first community of believers living with chronic medical conditions and the loved ones who support them. For more support, encouragement, and resources, join the membership for free at www.livingchronicfaith.com.